Now, I know some of y'all may be wondering, like, what is this? Isn't he supposed to be still covering the Enies Lobbies art? But somehow I end up stumbling across one of my videos I made in September 20th, 2023. A video that y'all never knew about and a video that never came out. And the reason why I just kept getting hold by YouTube and Toei. So I was like, bro, let me do this one more time. And if it's out and y'all can see this video right now, well, that means this time I ain't get hold. So I'm telling you guys all this to say, don't worry, I'ma still be covering the Enies Lobby arc. So just think of this video as a filler episode. So make sure y'all boy join the Discord. Like 200 of y'all joined last video, but y'all boys wasn't active. Probably like 7 of y'all, and shout out to those 7 because y'all boys the guys for real. But yeah, when y'all join, make sure y'all be active. Like, come on, man. And let's get into the video. I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how I'm gonna start this video off, but I do know one thing, that this man Tesoro is definitely a fraud. And now you may be asking yourself, why is he a fraud? I mean, it really ain't that hard to figure out. But since you want to know so bad, you'll just have to wait a little bit longer. But for now, let me just explain what's going on right now. But before I do, why was bro walking like, if you want it, girl, come and get it. All is this here for you. Yeah, I know I had that in me. So we're gonna act like that never happened. Subscribe? Nah, but seriously, let's get back into it. So this man Zoro, the man of the hour, he's a very rich dude, as you can tell, and he's putting on a show. And he also has the devil fruit power that can control gold. Ain't that convenient? Let's imagine you had a devil fruit power that can control gold. You know how useful that would be in today's age right now? You will never have to worry about struggling again, bro. Motherfuckers gonna be looking at me, I'm gonna be like, I don't know about you, but I'm flawless, 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 yeah. But anyways, as I was saying, this man, he's doing his performance and shit, and everybody is glazing his shit, and they quite literally have no choice but to, because I'm pretty sure he'll boom they shit. But guess who came to pull up to this party? The Straw Hat Pirates. And by the way, they was broke, so like any normal broke person would do, they would go somewhere where the money is at, right? Right. And that's exactly what they did. They pulled up to this big old casino, because that's exactly what it is. And they had all this gold dust. Everything was just looking all pretty and stuff. Everybody having fun. Everybody happy. They, you know, everybody just having the time of their life. But anyways, they shot a cooler burst to get into the entrance faster. And as they got there, you know, they were just chilling. I mean, they was happy, man. They was happy, bro. Like, they see all this gold around. They just like, bro, this shit look unreal. Like, it's crazy. It's very crazy to see. Cause like, be honest, if y'all saw a bunch of gold everywhere, y'all wouldn't be going nuts and like going crazy and stuff like that. That's exactly how their reaction was. I mean, it's a normal reaction, right? But out of nowhere, some bozos start to shoot at them. And this man over here, Tesoro, still getting groovy. And for some reason, he thought it was a great idea to make it as an entertainment thing. So he puts the spotlights on both of the ships. And Luffy, he was confused because he like, what the hell is going on here? And hey, if I was him, I'd be the same way. I can't lie. But anyways, the other pirates, they crashed into the Sunny. And they all started hopping on the Sunny. And this one dude that stuck out to me was this dude with this long ass sword. Pause. And on top of that, he was black. Now, there's already 2 problems with this situation. For number 1, you're black and you're hopping on the Sunny. And 2, you start running to somebody that despises people with that color of skin. So with that being said, dude start running towards Zoro with this goofy run and throws a slash at Zoro while he's just sitting there. And this man Zoro, I gotta say, he's rocking that fucking trucker hat. I ain't gonna lie, that shit looks so hard on him.
Boing boing, get the dick out your mouth, dummy.
But anyways, this man Zoro, he blocks the slash and deflects it. And Zoro was like, hey nigga, I know you seen me trying to take a nap over here, but I see you only know violence, you fucking thug. You wanna fight? Bring it on, nigga. So bro started swinging this overgrown ass sword around, and he tries to slash Zoro with it, but that did not work at all. Next after that, Zoro started running towards him, and dude tries to attack Zoro, and this man Zoro just vanished. And then next thing we know, we see this man Zoro running on his long ass sword, pause, and just one shots bro like it's nothing. And I'm not gonna lie, bro cost that on himself, cause my boy Zoro was just chilling for real. And next after that, we catch this dude in his leapfrog stance. And he dashes towards Sanji. And hold on, I just want y'all to see how this man tried punching him. Bro, why in the hell is this man over here jumping like a frog trying to punch him? Bro, you're not getting nowhere with that. And this man Sanji really was out here just dodging him with a whole plate in his hand. With that being said, this dude go inside the same stance again and dash towards Sanji again trying to punch him. This man Sanji breaks bro brass knuckles. And he was looking like, damn, I'm fucked. And then after that, he got sent to heaven. And then next after that, we cut to Robin. She over here just chilling, minding her business. These dudes try running towards her and she just picks them up and then slammed them on their head. Like she really was like, I don't got time for these fathers. Next we cut to Nami and she's surrounded by these fathers. And she didn't waste no time just like Robin and she just strikes all of them down. And next up we got Brook, and I gotta say out of all of them, he probably was the cleanest. Now don't get me wrong, everybody looked clean as hell, but Brook, let me just show you. So bro just started off gently walking, whistling and all. And then this monkey tries to attack him. And my boy just vanished. Like y'all just saw how smooth that was? And then on top of that, he had them looking dumb. Like, huh, where did he go? And next thing you know, he was behind them walking off smooth as hell. And when they realized, they tried to attack him. But it was already too late because my boy Ben slashed them. And just look how cold he looked. It like, ooh.
No, I'm saying you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
But anyways, we cut to Frankie, and these fathers were shooting at him from their ship. But guess what? None of that matters. Because literally all it took was one radical beam and he just took them out. And next we got our boys Usopp and Chopper. He wasn't doing nothing too crazy. He was just wreaking a little havoc with the slingshot. Nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, chat? And last but not least, we got our GOAT Luffy. And he was just swinging around having a little fun. You feel me? And this dude, he goes by the name, wait, who cares, man? Nobody cares about him. Anyways, he pulls out a machine gun out of his hair. And bro, the way how this man was shooting his bullets, he was jacking himself off. Heavy pause on that. But now on a serious note, buddy, you're weird. But yeah, he started shooting his bullets at Luffy and that did not work on Luffy. And Luffy, he just tosses them hoes back at him. And this man was so shocked he couldn't even believe his eyes. And then after that, Luffy didn't waste no time. He goes second gear and he just speed flicks this man. Anyways, after that, Tesoro, he felt like he needed to turn these guys into gold. So he ended up turning all these fathers to gold. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the introduction of this movie. Let me give y'all a rundown on pretty much what's happening next. So now that I got the introduction out the way, so basically the Straw Hats, they meet this lady named Baccarat, and she pretty much shows them around the place and tell them all about what's going on in the casino and like how things work and all that stuff. And she just comes off as this lady that's just welcoming, she's chill, you know, and very helpful, you know. But truthfully, she just a
scamming ass, hoe ass, bitch ass motherfucker that set up the Straw Hats.
And by the way, she worked for Tesoro, if that's not obvious. But hey, if y'all want to take my word for it, I'll just break it down with y'all and show y'all I ain't lying. So she started off by giving the Straw Hat Pirates some drip. Them boys really was feeling like,
big bang, take little bang. Every day spilling up drain.
ooh, nobody's like this so clean, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, after all that, they actually went to the casino. And Luffy, Usopp, and Chopper took on this race. And basically, whoever wins gets tons of money. So everybody takes off from the starting point, and everything looking so far so good. Until some dude named Jimmy Myers takes the lead. Say when he takes the wheel, he's a raging speed demon. Bro look like a raging crash out to me, I ain't gonna lie. You know what? In fact, everyone in this race is a D1 crash out. Let me show y'all. So Jimmy Myers takes the lead. And then some dude named Sergeant Scray just started busting at him, causing him to wreck out. And then after that, Sergeant Scray, he just started busting at Luffy and them, but they were just dodging all his shots. Next, after all that, we get to this part where they all got a turn. And now y'all see why his name is Sergeant Scray. Because instead of making a turn, this man continuously goes straight ahead. You can tell bro didn't want to win that money. Yeah, he definitely a crash out. Next, Luffy them, they were just swerving through all the cars like it was nothing. And at this point, it looked like they was about to take the lead. Until the lady in front of them thought it was a good idea to shoot zombie semen on the ground. And Luffy and them just started slipping away. But they wasn't done yet. They was getting back into action. And while they was doing that, some big buff dude knocked the zombie man off the tracks. Dude was like, forget all that, I'm trying to get this bread. But anyways, as he did that, some dude with a red car just flew right past him. And at the same time, Luffy and them was catching up as well. So the black buff dude, he seen that, so he was like, oh no, and he told his buffalo to pick up the hay and throw it at them. And at this point, it wasn't really looking good for Luffy and them because they had to make a turn. And how they gonna make a turn when they cannot see nothing? So with that being said, they end up falling off the tracks and then end up losing a race. Nah, I'm playing though. Them boys landing on a whole golfing field, and them boys just started hitting a whole 360 donuts, and they had them people like, what is going on, bruh? And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the same way if I just seen a whole car just fly out of nowhere and just start hitting donuts on me. But anyways, after that, Luffy, he scratches his arm and he pulls them out of there. And as they was flying past this Ferris wheel, guess who we see? This man Wanze. Ain't that crazy? And he was trying to propose to this monstrosity over here, but hey, he's doing him. I'm gonna let him get some of that. You know what I mean? But anyways, Luffy and the others all made it back on track and they was going full speed ahead. And just as it looked like it was about to be a tie, the Straw Hats win. But just barely though. And from that point on, they were just getting hella lucky. They were just stacking up all them chips, just winning every single thing they do. And I know it seemed like I probably went off topic from Baccarat, but just hang in there a little bit longer. So this scammer was like, if they win this game, they could be a billionaire in no time at all. And she knew that they was gonna accept it. Well, Nami, you know Nami, she love money, so she gonna accept the shit. So they end up going into this VIP room where all the special guests are allowed to come. And anyways, we got this big old dude right here named Dice. And this dude right here, he's so weird, bro. He's basically one of those dudes you would get in a fight with, and if you punch them, they love that shit. And y'all already know those type of guys you gotta stay away from, because who enjoys getting punched in the face, bro? Like, what? But anyways, he's the dice roller, and how he does it, he throws the dice up in the air and catches it with this bell looking thing and jumps up in the air and slams it down on the ground. And what he's about to do next is the definition of do not let them know your next move. This man, he picks up the axe and jumps up in the air with it and starts spinning around in circles with it. And at first it looked like he was about to break the bell looking thing with it, but nah, this man, he breaks it with his head. And he enjoyed the pain, bro. With all that slop coming out his mouth, now y'all see why I say this man is a weirdo? But anyways, enough about that. Baccarat tell him why they don't start off with 300 million for the first toss. And they was like, damn, already? That's a lot. And they were trying to contemplate whether or not if they should do it, but this man Luffy, he already done did it for them. Actually got lucky, quote unquote, and things was looking pretty good up until this moment Tesoro popped up. And he wanted to make a wager with Luffy. And we all know Luffy character by now, he's not gonna back down. So of course he goes with it. And he put everything on the odd. And before they even tossed the dice, this bitch Baccarat, she used her devil fruit powers to take away Luffy's luck. The luck that she gave to him the whole time, that's the whole reason why they was winning and gaining bread so easily. So basically she ate a devil fruit, and her power says if she touches the opponent, she can make them lucky or she can make them unlucky. And as you can see right now, Luffy, he's taking the unlucky part. Bro's stomach started hurting because he ate too much food. When that ever happened to Luffy? Never. And not only that, bro slipped on a random banana peel and falls down on the ground. And right now it's not looking too good for the crew because Tesoro wanted them to pay him 320 million berries. And we all know they don't have that type of money. So this fraud implied them to work for him to pay off the debt. And if this wasn't clear to you that he's a fraud yet, he does this to everybody that comes here. So everybody here, they have to work for him and slave for all their life. And if the parents that's working for him die, the kids have to take over and work for him. You know how cruel that is, bro? That's really messed up, and that's why I call this motherfucker a fraud. He tricks people in his little game and make them feel like they winning, and then when they get down to it, this man, he scams them. So now that I explained how much of a fraud this guy really is, let's get back to the topic at hand. So the crew, they wasn't messing with him trying to scam, so they was like, nah, we finna box. Well, at least most of them. Leave it to Sanji to fall for a trap. But anyways, next we got this man hopping in and out of the floors, busting at Usopp, Chopper, and Robin. And next we got Frankie. He punches Dice in the face. And if you guys remember what I told y'all earlier, this guy, he loved pain, bro. Mans was dead ass asking for some more, bro. Bro is a fiend, bro. And last but not least, we got Zoro faces this fraud. So Zoro started running full speed ahead towards him. And Tesoro, he turns Zoro's legs into gold. But that didn't stop my boy Zoro. He hops up in the air and he tries to slash him. But Tesoro, he blocks his attack by controlling this golden statue. And then after that, he started turning Zoro's whole body into gold besides his head. And the only way how he was able to pull that off, those sparkly golds that was raining down when they was in the entrance, he used those so just in case somebody tried to fight him, he could just turn them into complete gold. So at this point, things were just getting a little dicey for the Straw Hats because they basically got scammed. And now they holding Zoro for hostage until they could be able to give him back the money. And this is where I come in to explain the rest of the movie before we get to the big fight. So basically they made a deal with Tesoro to give him back the money by midnight. So the rest of the crew and this girl named Karina was making a plan to steal Tesoro money. And you may be wondering like, who the hell is Karina? Well, I got you. Karina is somebody that Nami knew back in the days. Back then when Nami was just a thief and Karina was one of her little partners. Until they got caught by some pirates. And when they got caught by some pirates, Karina, she had no other option to tell them that she was going to give them some money and come back right with it. So they let her leave to go get the money and they left Nami as hostage. But it turns out Karina, she never came back to give them the money. She instead left. So Nami was like, you know what, forget this. I'm going to give y'all my money. And she kept her where she took them where her money was at. But the money wasn't even there no more. And Karina was the one that took it. And what made it seem like left Nami for Scray. But in fact, that actually wasn't the case. She came back to save Nami so they both can make it out alive. So she brought the attention on her so Nami could get a chance to run away. So both of them can make it out alive. So at first they made it seem like she was an L, but she actually was a true W. So now that y'all have a fully understanding who Karina really is, let's get back to the topic at hand. So they all got placed into teams, which is Luffy and Frankie is team A and the others they are team B. And I'm really not going to get into too much details, so I'm going to just tell you what is what. So team A job was basically to disable this big ass transponder snail so they can't see what team B is trying to do. And what does team B try to do? Basically trying to get the money. I mean, it's just as simple as that. So we skip to the part where Luffy and Frankie are trying to disable the transponder snail. And yeah, he was able to do it, but he got caught in the process. I mean, it's Luffy, what do you expect? And now all the alerts is set off and everybody see him on this big ass screen. And now it's time for them to get up out of there. So the security guards, they started shooting at Luffy, and this man Frankie, he hops in the way and he blocks it for him. Now I get that Frankie was trying to be a W mince, but that was not gonna hurt Luffy. I'm just saying. But yeah, Frankie, he fires right back at them. And as they were trying to take off and run, we see this wiggly thing through the dust clouds and goes full speed ahead towards Frankie and busts a hole in his chest and slams him down. Trying to figure out how the hell he did that if he wasn't even there. You can see he's just coming from underneath the ground. But anyways, he shows Luffy where he have Zoro at. And he had my boy engulfed in gold, bro. And he was like, I know you want to laugh, kid. Come on, give me a smile. I'll laugh, alright. Out there, I kick your ass. So Luffy immediately go to second gear and dash towards Tesoro. And as Luffy try to punch him, he blocks his punch with gold and create a golden fist out of it and rocks Luffy shit with this bright ass punch, sending Luffy flying. But that didn't stop Luffy, he dashed right back towards him. But he just stops his attack and grabs his arms and makes both of his arms turn to gold. And after that, he just throws him. And this big bobblehead motherfucker made a big asshole and made Luffy and Frankie fall all the way down to this place where it's just made out of straight gold. And anybody that gets sent down there is considered a prisoner. And there was already people down there that was trapped and they was hungry. And right now, Luffy, he don't care. He just want to get this gold off him. And the only way for him to get the gold off him, he has to put salt water on him due to the fact that the Zoro power comes from a devil fruit. And the only way how he'll be able to get this water if he hop down this big old hole. And nobody wanted to hop down there because they said every time somebody hop down there, they hear screams. But we all know Luffy, he don't give a damn. So he hops down there and whatever was down there, he kicked the hell out of it. And after that, everybody else just follow along with him. And while that was happening, Team B was able to make it to the vault where all the money is supposed to be at. So they unlocked it and opened up the door and it was nothing there but a setup. And they all end up falling into his trap. This was all according to the Zoro plan. And Kriana, she was a part of it. She switched sides. And while that was going on, he put Luffy and the others on the big screen so everybody can see them. So Frankie had everything just about ready ready, so all Luffy had to do was break it, and then they'll be able to take all the gold off them. And of course Luffy, he breaks it, and all the water falls all on them. And as the water was falling on them, all the gold that was inside their body was getting removed. So yeah, it was actually working. But the downside is that Tesoro was actually waiting for Luffy to do that, so he could lock them in and make them drown, which he did, and everything was just going bad, I ain't gonna lie. And then Sanji, he was like, man, fuck this shit. So he went towards Tesoro and he tries to attack him, but then Tesoro, he catches him and stabs him right in the stomach and grab everyone else so they all could be able to witness Zoro's death. And as he was about to kill Zoro, all the lights went off. And I just want y'all to know, everything I told you up until this point was cap. But hey, don't get mad at me, that was the part of the movie. The whole time this fraud thought he had everything planned out. Nami and the others wasn't actually going after no money. All they was really going after was the water the whole time, to set everybody free from this man Tesoro gold. And the plan actually was a success. Now everybody is free from this man gold, and they'll have to worry about slaving for him the rest of their life. And yeah, Karina actually didn't portray Nami and them. That was just part of the plan. So the whole time this fraud thought he had everything under control, but when actually they had everything under control. And I ain't mentioned it enough, but everything that the Straw Hats threw on, bro, it was straight drip this whole movie. But mainly it's like that for every movie, but this movie right here probably got the most drip. So Tesoro, he got so pissed. Bro started to mess up everything in sight. Man's really made a gold tsunami and was making everybody get turned into gold. But the Straw Hat, luckily they flew out of it so they won't get caught by it. And after he was done with that, this man made this type of golden mech. And bro was really calling himself a god. I'm not gonna lie, even though I was calling him a fraud, he do have a OP devil fruit power. Same with Baccarat. Just imagine you just touching somebody and you could just make them unlucky. And Luffy was like, the last god couldn't beat him, so he know damn well you ain't gonna beat him. But hold on, I want y'all to check this out with me. So we see Luffy go second gear, right? And then he hops up in the air and then he go third gear. What's the point of him going second gear if he didn't combine both of them together? Or maybe I'm tripping, I don't know, y'all let me know in the comments. But anyways, Luffy tried to punch him with his elephant gun, and Tesoro, he strike back with a punch of his own and he sent Luffy flying. And this man spot him, I think that's how you say his name, I forgot, I didn't see him in a while. This man chained up my boy Luffy with some sea prism spikes looking thing, cause bro was so desperate to get his get back from the water 7 arc, even if this not canon. Man's like, forget that. Anyways, bro tried to strike Luffy and the kid deflects his attack. This nigga is so weak, bro. I forgot to say, this man, he is a fraud too. Now that I realize it, this movie had a bunch of frauds. Even Lucci was in here as well. That's another fraud. Bro is a fraud and Duboy. But anyways, everybody came to go help my boy Luffy. And by the time he realized it, this man Luffy already had the spikes off him. And bro flashed out so quick to him and punched the shit out of him. And next we got this dude rolling towards Zoro like he's Sonic and tries to attack Zoro, but he blocks it. And then Zoro, he knocks him off him. And then next after that, he tries to go after Zoro again, but with a headbutt. And Zoro uses his 2 gorilla slash and knocks him back. And bro, look what he was doing. He was getting turned on just from getting hit. Like bro, what is this? Like imagine you fading somebody, right? And they just get horny every time you hit them. Dude need to get his freaky ass on, I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, he tries to hit Zoro and they both clash. And after that, Zoro knocks his axe down. And bro tries to headbutt him again. But Zoro weaves it and he smashes his head to the ground. And bro, just look at this man. He getting even more turned on off that attack. Spit coming out the mouth is crazy. I'm sorry, bro. I don't even know if I could commentate this. Anyway, Zoro, he goes for the 1080 caliber Phoenix and slashing dude with it, sending him flying. Bro, and after that, this man hops up in the air and he got even more zesty with it and covered his whole face into armament hockey, knowing that Zoro don't like the color black. That's why Oda had to turn my boy Usopp white. But anyways, he spins around into a ball. And while he was going after Zoro, this no life having ass motherfucker grabs Zoro's swords so he can get hit, and he thought that was funny. We gonna see who get the last slap.
Bitch ass nigga. Cause now I'm fed up, I ain't gonna lie.
Anyways, Dicey grabs Zoro's swords, and bro was like, I love when you hit me, daddy. Hit me more. Set your zesty ass up, nigga.
And next, we got this wannabe Loki ass motherfucker. Bro really think he's Thor, brother. Like, get your ass on. Anyways, he does nothing special. He do the same thing that he did last time. Just kept hopping through the ground and using that little mini pistol he loved using. They eventually get robbing at gunpoint, but like, come on now, nobody's scared of you. And next we got Blocker Fraud, using her power to make her man unlucky, so if somebody try to attack her, they cover for her because they're so unlucky. Anyways, we got to the point where she used her man to get so lucky she made them go through all this just to blow up Chopper, Brook, and Usopp. And after that happened to them, they were trying to run. But every time she kept flicking her coin, something bad was always happening to them. So my boy Usopp was like, you know what, fuck this shit, I got a plan. So bro took off running, and he had her believing that he left his friends to die. But all he really did is left and came back. And she tried to flip her little coin again. He catches it, and he started to aim at her. She was like, nothing gonna happen to me. My boy was like, bet, and he one shot at her. And my boy hit Jetpot. I don't call him the clutch god Usopp for nothing. Next, Robin grabbed this wannabe Loki motherfucker. Cause bro swear he had Robin on the rope. She was just playing with him the whole time. Anyways, next it was Sanji's turn. That bitch done turned on fire and all. Then he dashed towards him and kicks the hell out of him. Just look at that shot, bro. Now after that, bro just started giving bro to work with his feet. And I bet that shit felt so good to do.
And that's what cut to Zoro, and this zesty ass nigga was just throwing attacks at Zoro, but he was just dodging all of those. Bro thought because he was using Zoro's swords, he was gonna be just as cold as him.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but that don't work like that.
Anyways, Dicey tried to attack Zoro, but this man Zoro blocks it with his bare hands. And then after that, this man created a whole tornado with his bare hands. But Dicey breaks out of it, and he started going for his final attack. And while he was doing that, Zoro, he went to go pick up his sword off the floor, and then turn it to the color he despised the most, and finishes off this zesty ass nigga with this beautiful animation. And Zoro was like,
how do you like that, zesty ass nigga?
And as you can see, this man still enjoyed the pain into the bitter end. Great zest fest, bruh.
But we're not done yet, y'all. Last but not least, we got Fraud Zoro and my boy Luffy left. And before we get to the fight, I just want to say I appreciate you guys for 11K. Like, we really moving for real. We just hit 10K not too long ago. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much.
So my boy Luffy started running full speed ahead towards that boy. And then that boy jumps up in the air and he sticks his shit. But Luffy, he thought he was in the edit and he stayed in the air a little bit too long. So that gave him the opportunity to punch Luffy down to the ground. And look at dude, he was over here laughing, talking about something that was easy. There's no way he thought he won that quick. Anyways, Luffy, he hops from underneath the ground and then uses his Gum Grizzly Magnum and punches bro in the face. And then after that, he started to get zesty from getting hit too. It probably wasn't as bad as Dice, but this man got a little freak in him too. But anyways, he tries to throw this slow motion ass punch, and Luffy, he weaves it and start running on top of his arm. And then after that, he jumps off and he was getting ready to boom him. Just look at his face. But then these Marines battleships that started blasting that dude, and since they did that, they done messed up my boy Luffy whole attack. Had my boy Luffy hanging on for dear life. And guess who was given the commands to do all of this? This man Lucci. Like, what is bro even doing over here? But my boy Sabo, he was stopping him. He was like, I'm not gonna let you hurt my bro. So with that being said, while bro wasn't keeping his head in the game, my boy Luffy, he cocks his arm back and then he started creating these sparks on his fist. And y'all already know what that means. He uses his Red Hawk and booms him. And Tesoro, he did feel it, and that wasn't enough, and he came back with a punch of his own and he punches Luffy with this bright ass punch, and he sent Luffy flying. And just off that one attack, look how he had this man Luffy bruised all up like this.
But anyways, after all that, Tesoro, he tries to go after Karina, but luckily for her, Nami comes in for the save and was able to knock her out the way.
So this man picks up Nami, and this man was about to just straight up murder her by just throwing her full speed down on the ground. But luckily our boy Luffy pulled up just in time, and he grabbed both Nami and Karina and threw them both out the way. And this man Luffy yells out Robin name so loud, just look at this man's face. And while he did that, he took the blow head on, and Robin came in the clutch and catches them. Meanwhile, bro was looking pissed like, damn, I thought I was gonna catch a body. And after that, this man Luffy, he lifts this man arm up in 4th gear, and not only he lifted up, this man breaks it, and everybody was just looking shocked like, damn, this man really going crazy right now.
So yeah, he hops up in the air and then he punches bro with the Kangan and absolutely rock his shit. Had man Cheats recoil going crazy. That shit was flapping, pause. And after that punch, everything seemed like it was okay, until we always get this generic ending. They go for their final attack and yada yada yada. So bro make these tsunamis of gold again, whatever you want to call it, and just start flooding everybody with this gold. And he was standing on top of this wiggly gold thing he created, and bro just kept yapping about shit. And Luffy was like, man, shut the fuck up, and started flying full speed ahead towards him. And then he begins to go for his final attack, and Tesoro also going for his final attack, and they both end up clashing, and his gold had so much recoil to it. I don't know how gold can have recoil to it, but hey, yeah, I guess we learn something new every day, right? Anyways, his attack sent Luffy all the way down to the ground. And bro made Luffy splashed in gold, bro. That's crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, this shit looked beautiful. I can't lie. That shit was so shiny, everybody was looking at it. I mean, they can't help but to look at it. But all that didn't stop my boy Luffy. My man, he broke through all of that. He kept pushing forward until he shattered his attack. And bro sent this man flying all the way into the marine ships. Bro had it looking glossy in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Make sure y'all boys go follow the gram if you mess with me for real. Also, make sure y'all boys go follow the TikTok, you feel me? And I mean, you can follow the Twitter if you want to. And I'm having trouble with making this Discord server, so if anybody want to hit me up and help me, that'll be a W.